of good 6 months left. We're going to have a 6 and another 6 and another 6, so we'll keep going. And we're going to really do something. We're 8 years, and we're going to have a lot of good 6 months left. We're going to have a 6 and another 6 and another 6, so we'll keep going. And we're going to really do something. We're 8 years, and we're going to have a lot of good 6 months left. We're going to have a 6 and another 6 and another 6, so we'll keep going. And we're going to really do something.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18, and the NLT. Wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 606 and 6. All right, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the icons that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And there's nothing new under the sun. All right, what has been before is now, and it shall be. Okay. Now, seeing that, numbers, numerology and numbers, all right, can be utilized for wickedness, all right, spiritual things, right? You got a left and a right side of spirit, numerology, which, listen, we don't get all into those things, but the Lord do have numbers. He have put before us numbers of fate, and he also have put numbers before the wicked, where we're able to identify a man through numbers. Because when you look up numbers, all right, in the Hebrew, they're really numbers, all right. You get math. So in math, you get a math. Here in the world, you got mathematics or math, which is what really the truth. All right. Let me look this up in the online. Let's see what it says about math. Okay. Not in speech. Okay. So abbreviation of mathematics. All right. Let's see what we got here. It's supposed to be an adding, right? Because that's what numbers are. You add. It's like an adding. I would not. You got grass, cutting grass. I mean, just bullshit. All right. Mathematics, the science of quantity. So that's the knowledge of quantity. All right. The science which investigate the concept of numerical and spatial relations. All right. Let's get this word spatial. Look this up. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. All right. Spatial. All right. Really nothing else, right? The first philosophy, all right. Physics or natural philosophy. All right. So, yeah, the science is just the state or the fact of knowing, all right, knowledge, studied by, all right, cool, okay, so let's dive into here, all right. So there's a lot of numerological benefactors, all right, that comes as an identification on how numbers are also identification method, which lets us know how to identify, whether it be of the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And listen, you're going to have your senses exercised, because all those wizards and warlocks, all right, they also practice in it too, to read your birthday and your zodiac signs. But we're talking, solely about the man to send his number. All right, and and how to identify spiritual numbers too. But moreover, this will be more scriptural wise to show you how you identify a number with a name or a man. All right, because you got omen nomens, which identifies what the person name, or what he may accomplish in his life, or the meaning of his name. So the meaning of a man number is likened unto that. Now let's get into this numerology. Let's just read this real quick. It says numerology is the study of the symbolic relationship between numbers and life events. See? But again, right, the real numerology, all right, is located in the Bible. You see? So once you get the precepts, the numbers, because there's numbers, and obviously, the precepts have numbers to it, which means it's a month. All right. Anything dealing with numbers is the truth, right? It's the truth about something, because numbers technically numbers can't lie once it's added up. So when you add it up, it says, here's wisdom. Let us solve the equation. All right. So you have to have a little wisdom there. You have that by the scriptures teaching you. This is Job 32. This is how we know this, all right? And it's revealed to us through the Spirit, and it also was given unto us by the way of wisdom, all right? So, how will you be able to break the book down? Because this is what it is. This is Job 32:7. I said, days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. See? But there's a spirit in man, and the inspiration of that spirit, the inspiring, all right, the illuminating of that spirit of the Almighty giveth them understanding. So, as of old, the spirit of the men who were slated to break the Bible down of old, they breaking it down now, and they're also able to identify through the spirit, all right, who is who. But you look at certain numbers, because not to get too far in it, that child size stigma, all right, going into that number, all right, that you have a specific number in every barcode. Now I ain't gonna get into that, brothers obviously know about that, look into it, I'll be all day on the lesson. This is more about just identifying a number through the spirit, all right, how numbers measure men's judgments, and numbers represent outcomes, man, all right, which is very important, by the way, very important, because we have to get the victory over that number, all right, which lets you know that number is delegated or relegated to a system, all right, because an image amongst others. I'll get that in Revelation 15:2. You see? So his number is true, all right, because it represents him. This is and you gotta have knowledge to get this, all right. And you gotta have the wisdom, and that's what I had mentioned. You gotta have the wisdom, all right. Oh, let me finish this out in numerology. It says, where numbers are believed to hold mystical significance and influence personalities, characters, and destiny. See? So these numbers have a purpose. Nobody plays with numbers, because we're going to add up the number right. And what that number sum up to is going to represent something, a life event. All right? So when that 666 get out, we know this is subject to the left-hand side, or some event of wickedness, of some type of satanic, against that which is right. All right. It says it is a form of divination that uses a person's date of birth and a name to calculate key numbers. That's why they start using births and names and adding it to. But that's neither here nor there. Right. To gain insight into life's purposes, challenges, and talents. All right. I want to get this down here because they got the guy Pythagoras, I believe. It's probably gone. I'll get it on this one. Yeah, it's, I don't know where it's at here, but it says in that same numerology in the AI overview. All right, it says clearly had it in there. Oh yeah, origins. Let's go to origins. Maybe I'll see it if I look. Yeah. It ain't even in that one. So it's different on the Samsung. I mean the Galaxy and the yeah. All right. So origins. Numerology has ancient roots in philosophies from places like Egypt, India, and Greece, with the Greek philosopher Pythagoras being a key historical figure, right? Because he played into that word world. All right. When you look this devil up, all right. You have righteous philosophers. Hey, Paul went to the philosophers of I don't want to get into that either. It'll take me a little second. Let's get this guy Pythagoras, man. You go into that word world, all right. He was the one set up the forms of it. Let me go. Let's see if I can get him right quick. I'll just pull him up real quick. Alright. Come on. Now something else coming up. Yeah, he's famous for putting that word world as a whole. Alright. Let me you know something? Came up with that theory. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. Trying to pull it up, man. As the whole entire world. All right. He changed the meaning of that word world into the whole cosmos. Here we go. It says in Old English, the word for the physical world was, which is rooted in the Greek cosmos and Germanic, the sense of obviously the world of people, but he changed that. He changed it. Let's see. I'm trying to see where it's at. I'm trying to find it. Still in it. Damn devil. This don't want to pull up, man. This. Here you go. We gotta go in Cosmos. It said Pythagoras is said to have been the first to apply this word to the universe, meaning everybody. Which now today, again, like you say, that life event during that time, it changed everything. All right. And this man was set up on the left-hand side, man, to do that, because it's a hidden thing, and we gotta find the hidden thing. But what finds the truth of everything is the right equation, or the right adding up. All right. And once you got the Rakakwadash, the adding up will become simple, because it'll teach us from old who the man of sin is. All right. He's represented by a number. All right. Not just that number, but his life events is not, that number is in all the things that he do, man. All right. You'll find it in almost all the things that he do, because wisdom helps you find the truth. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old. See? And conjecture it aright what is to come. See? So she conjuncture it. Let's get this word conjuncture it. Conjunction. All right. conjecture. The interpretation of signs, dreams, and omens. See? A supposing, a surmising, and we're in wisdom, in Yahweh Shai. So we're able to interpret the signs, the dreams, and the omens, man. See? By names, the omens we'll know the purpose of the man by his name. All right? Because words have meanings, but it goes into their numbers. And that's why words and numbers, that's where you find truth at. Guess interference, literally a casting together, you see? Conjunction. So it throws together, it got kind, which is together in ICF, which means to throw, all right? Or put together. All right? And wisdom help us predict things, but according to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? It gives us evidence. It says, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old. Because this been set of old in the Lord will, that this man will have this number in the end time, all right, be ruling, and ultimately he'll be identified by, all right, along with his enterprise that he seek to carry out. It says conjectured if a right what is to come. See? And it make it right what's to come. So what we speak is right. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches. See? The number of the man have, obviously it is the number of a man, and his numerical value is 606 going 6. Right? It says, and can expound dark sentences. You see? So he'll put light on dark sentences, man. All right, parables. She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and time. You see that? So this is what wisdom do. It enlightens numbers and seasons and times, man. So we can know what's to come. All right, which is a blessing for us. See? Let's get this. Thank you. And the writing is on the wall. Daniel spoke of that kingdom is likened unto this kingdom. See? Daniel 5 and 26. See? The writing is always on the wall. It says, and this is the writing that was written. Meaning, tekel euphortion. This is the interpretation of that thing. Meaning, God had numbered thy kingdom and finished it. You see? You see that? Now, this goes into the Medes and the Persians, given unto Egyptians, the Babylonians. It was taken down, all right? But for the most part, during the time of, Daniel prophesied during the Babylonian captivity, but he showed the coming down of it. But it was a writing on the wall, but it's gone by the number. See? The Most High numbered that kingdom and finished it. Nah, let's, what numbers got to do? And in that number it got, this is the word number, mene.
Strong's H4483. Menah.
Yeah.
Menah. Second entry. Menah.
Yeah.
Menah.
It says to number.
Third entry.
Oh, Salaki.
Menah.
Yeah.
Menah.
It says to number, reckon, right? We get this word reckon. Let's look this word reckon up. Established by counting or calculation. See? Consider or regard in a specific way. All right? And why the Lord intended to disappoint his enterprise, because the Lord have numbered this man kingdom and finished it. Right? Even when he say he's cut off in the midst of months, that's numbers. right? This Job 21:21. For what pleasure had he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? You see? See, everything is of old and from the beginning. So it's easy to number this man and tag him with what he's doing. All right? Because we can now be able to break this down, man, through the Rakakwadash and the Holy Spirit, man. Or the Holy Spirit. Okay? See? You see this? And this was about, again, this was about identifying the number or the man of iniquity and just, showing you how to go about it scripturally, because we can't do it on guessing, right? This is not a guessing game. Then it wouldn't be true when we guess at it, right? Because we don't hardly do man guess or right. So wisdom got to put it all together for us, you see? And this the man. This is Ecclesiastes 1:15. I'm reading the KJV, then in the NLT. It says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanton cannot be numbered. It says, what is wrong cannot be made right. All right. So that left hand side, all right, is made right by it's made right or known by what it is. All right. See. So when we look at it and say, well, look, well, brother, well, this is, when people look at it, well, that's just what people saying or whatever. Like, nah, all right? It's on the intent of evil side, so that it would be that which is wrong in life, which is wrong to follow. So certain numbers we follow. We see 444, 144, the 12, the 144,000, all right? So you can't follow this number because it's wrong. That's why I bought that out. All right? That number is wrong. And it says, what is missing cannot be recovered. So what you'll miss from getting the number, man, you won't be able to recover yourself. You see? You won't be able to get back. All right, if you'll just subtract. All right, if you take that number, you'll subtract from life. You'll subtract from the grace and the mercy of the Lord. You see? So that number is important, because when you break it down, man, Yahushua was numbered amongst the transgressors. But he also is the top number, or the number one number to Yahweh. All right? You see? But being numbered, if you numbered amongst the transgression, then it's the truth. Is that numbers lies in the truth that it happened unto him. All right, even though he was innocent, let you know the numbers still don't lie, man. All right, that the word number, all right, don't lie. All right, when you mouth it up or get the truth out of it, should I say, right? This is I'll get a couple more and get out of here. All right, this is I ain't intend to go this long. This is Sirach 7:16. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. You see? Because you're going to number yourself amongst the multitude of sinners if you take this number, man. All right? Or the name of his image, man. All right? You're going to have to take that number and live his truth. His is the wicked, man. His truth is that see up, man. That one world government to totally control you. See? It says, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. See, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. So when you get that, you're going to be destroyed. If you number yourself with sinners, you're going to be destroyed. All right? Because since I mentioned this with Yahushua, this is Isaiah 53. And he didn't number himself. The people numbered him. This Isaiah 53:12. It says, therefore will I divide a portion Start at 11. He shall see of the travail of his soul. All right. And shall be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. This Yahushai. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he had poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sins of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. All right. So he changed the outcome of the transgressors by being that number one person to take on all of the sins. So all our sins are numbered in Yahushai because he came, all right, he came to bear it. You see? That the Lord, the end of the Lord will be to save us. All right, because he carried it. You know, he carried it all. You see? See what this word numbered mean here. Yep, to count, assign, a point. Yep, to enroll. See? To constitute officially. All right. That's why I say to count and put everything into perspective, man. All right. You know what the hell going on. This is weigh things in a balance so you could get the truth. You see, we weigh numbers in a balance. Put everything in writing. See if I could get it. This is a Rock 42. This and it, you know. This is what we've been going into. This is how you, Sirach 42, I'm going to start from the top and read down. Of these things be not thou ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. All right. Of the law of the Most High and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly, man. All right. Don't sin thereby to be ignorant of his number, to not acknowledge it. Don't think this shall come to pass. Don't think he work within those numbers to influence you to sin. All right. Remember, this is the man of iniquity. So he's using guile, all right, at a dragon-like measure to basically influence people to go off. It says of exact, of balances and weights, or of getting much or little, or salaki, of reckoning with thy partners and travelers, or of the gift of the heritage of friends, of exactness of balances and weights, or of getting much of little. See? So we got to do the exactness of balance and weights with. That's an abomination. That's how we judge things. We judge things by weight and numbers. All right? That's why it's put in there, and that was wisdom. And this is how you solve that wisdom. All right? I'm going to jump to the point, verse 7. Deliver all things in number and weights, and put all in writing that thou givest out and receivest in. So through this wisdom, all right, you know, we have all the things in number and weight, all right, our balance and weights that we may conjunct it all right. You see? That we be able to look at it all right. Look at it for what it is, so to say. All right? This is Sirach 37 and 25. The days of the life of man may be numbered, and his days are numbered. Did not the Lord give him bounds that he can't pass? All right, we read it in Daniel. All their days are numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable. But he still went by numbers to show immortality, man. All right, the truth shall be revealed through you know, the things that we count up or add up, man. See? I ain't intent for this to go this long, but the hell with it. All right? Because when I read that Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8, I should have grabbed this. Sirach 34 and 9. We'll start at 8. It says, the law shall be found perfect without lies, and wisdom is perfection to a faithful mouth. See? So you perfect the wisdom to the faithful mouth, which the elect have the faithful mouth. All right? And it's going to be found without lies. So when we do practice in the law, the word or the precepts of the Lord, the wisdom going to be declared. All right? It says, a man that have traveled knoweth many things, and he that had much experience will declare wisdom. See, in Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8, a man that have traveled, not only the men of travel, starting our apostles, the men of the Lord, the elders of the camps, all right, down to other brothers, we traveled because why? Our spirit been always subjected into the being prophets, man. All right, so we are traveling from old to now, and this man been up to the same old things he been up to. This man is Cain, Esau, Edom, all right, Cain, Tubal, Cain, and amongst his whole generation, man, all the way down to you so-called white people. See that? It says, he that had no experience knoweth little, but he that had traveled is full of prudence. So our wisdom and our insight will be able to declare, all right, Revelation 13 and 18 till its fullest. Men can break it down thoroughly, man. See? If we know the man that's subject to kill us, then we got the spirit to know who out to save us, man. Right? That's a balance. Let me go down to read down a couple more verses. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understand more than I can express. Right? And that, to understand that and express that or explain that to people, man, you know, that's a great, man. The Lord got love for you, man. I was often in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things, because of the wisdom. All right. And having the wisdom over that, we'll get the victory over this devil. I'm going to get that last. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Because this man is the one that take it away. All right, he coming to take peace from the world. He's as debt and never satisfied. So he's the subtraction, meaning what? He's the negative of the Amath. But it still add up to who he is because numbers don't lie. See that? This is Revelation. Now I'll get out of here with these. All right. Revelation 7. Now let's add up the number who's going to get saved, man. 7 and 4. It says, and I heard a number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. That's the elect. All right. That's the elect. See that? So that's that number we trying to be in, man. But you got to avoid this number, that 666, in order to be in that 12,000 and 144,000. You know, that 12,000 out of each tribe, might I add. All right. This is after this before, well, this after we get the victory, it's still gonna add up to the, well, you know something? Let me get that, because I mentioned this. This is Revelation 15 and 2. So I'm gonna read 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, and this what wisdom does. 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High, which is deal with the destruction of this place. And I saw it as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten a victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name. See, the number of his name represents the system that he want to carry out, which ultimately leads to that MOTB, man. Standing on the sea of the glass, having the harps of the Most High. So we going to get the victory over that. All right? Straight up, we going to win over that, man. See that? And we got it already because it's of old. See, we gonna conquer. It says of the Most High, victorious over all his foes. Of Christians that hold fast their faith even unto death against the power of their foes and temptation and persecution. See that? We're going to maintain our cause. And once we do that, we'll be numbered in this number. This is our Revelation 21. We'll have the names of these names. This is Revelation 21 and 12. And had a great and high, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. And the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, on the west 3 gates. And obviously 12 is a favorite number of the Lord. And the wall of the, one of the favorite numbers. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb that got the victory over the number. All right, but it's giving you numbers of who they are, right? Because the names are important, but moreover, the men, all right, that got the victory is important, right? Because a name represents who you are, and we got spiritual names, but for the most part, it's about adding up these numbers right and getting it right, all right? And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city and the gates thereof and the wall thereof. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed 12,000 furlongs long. 12,000 times 4 square. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. It's equal to what? The number of the elect. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man. You see how the number is the measure of a man? So that number that's in Revelation is the measure of a man. You just got to be able to identify who that man is, and that's the man of sin. See? The man of sin had already been revealed according to Thessalonians. It is according to the measure of a man, that is of the angel. Now that measure of that angel of being, in Yahweh Shai, all right, is the what? The 12,000, the 144,000 men, the 12,000 out of each tribe. See that? So according to that angel, that number is true, right? So, the numerology benefactors in which, it suffice us or sufficient for us is this side. All right. But the other side, it hurts you. It takes away from you. And ultimately it have you, it'll have you, with your head down in confusion in the kingdom, man. All right. Where we got the victory. So, Adawan Ratazada's lesson was edifying, man. Till next time I see Shalom.